Hey everybody, it is DaddyVapor, and today what I'm going to do for you is we're going to talk a little bit about vaping on a budget. What I want to talk to you about today is cleaning your tanks and cleaning your coils and also some other options that you have. Unfortunately, I don't have a way right now to actually show you a before and after. So what I'm going to do is, if this coil cleans up like I want it to, I'm actually going to post a picture of it on my DaddyVapor Facebook page when we are done cleaning the coil. But Sunday night used to be the night every week that I would take apart all of my tanks. And actually, I have taken a tank apart already. This is my Nautilus Aspire tank. And basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a little bowl like this. And you can clean everything. And you know the little gunk that gets off your lips onto your actual mouthpiece. By cleaning them this way, it will actually clean up in no time flat. And the other thing I want you to drop in there is your coils. And this one may be a little too burnt for me to save, but you can see that one is pretty burnt up. But if you do this religiously and change your coils, you know, every couple of weeks or so, if you change your coils and you clean them in this way, you're actually going to extend the life of your coils by a long time. Now, the cleaning product we are going to be using today, and the only cleaning product I recommend, I know a lot of websites tell you to use water. Water is not good, and I will tell you why. Water does not evaporate fast enough and can actually cause your coils, when you do this cleaning method, it can actually cause mold in your coils and it will make you sick. But what we're going to do is our cleaning solution, and the cleaning solution I've used for the past 2 or 3 years is just vodka. And I buy the cheapest vodka I can, or I actually will buy one step up in a level of vodka, something that's cheap but something you're willing to drink in, like a Bloody Mary or a screwdriver. Because believe me, having a Bloody Mary while you're cleaning your coils isn't a bad thing. But what we're basically going to do is I am going to go ahead and take this coil and I am going to drop it down into my bowl. And it's already there. And I'm going to take my vodka and I am going to pour it straight into the bowl. And basically you want to pour enough in there to make sure you at least cover your coil. And you don't necessarily have to cover all your tank, but I'm actually going to go ahead and add the rest of this bottle just to cover everything. And we're basically going to let that soak. And we're going to let that soak for at least 10 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you're going to be able to pull your mouthpiece out of there and immediately start just taking a paper towel and wiping it. I'm just giving it a little shake here and just to let it get going. I can actually look down in there already and see that it is already working on that coil because it's actually starting to fade out the sides of the coil. And as I'm messing with it, some of the black chunks are already starting to fall off of that, some of the charred pieces. And like I said, I actually don't have that much hope for this coil because it is actually pretty burnt up by the time I took it out. But I will tell you, you can get another at least week. Most of the time you can get a couple of weeks out of it. If you do this, I've actually had somebody recently sent me an email that said that they have gotten like 3 or 4 extra changes out of their coil. So basically what they'll do is they'll take a coil out and they will clean the coil the way I'm showing you right now, and they will replace it with a new coil, and by the time they get that one to the burnt level, the other one is already dried out, and they just swap them back and forth, and they just keep swapping them, and they've gotten an extended amount of time. This is one of my big tips, and this is the one thing I tell most everybody, is if you clean using alcohol, rum will work, and somebody just told me they used tequila because that was all they had, and it worked very well. The reason that we use these products instead of water is because the evaporation rate of alcohol. I accidentally forgot, and you can see there I got that bowl full of alcohol. If I would leave that and let it sit for a week, it would actually completely evaporate up. So the evaporation rate on the alcohol is a lot better than water. So when you clean the coil, here, you know, I'm going to leave this one set. We're not going to be able to show it today, but I can actually show you. This is another coil that I have cleaned, and this is a different brand, of course, and you can't really see down in there, but this coil got cleaned out pretty well. You can see on the bottom the wicking, how clean that wicking got after cleaning it in this solution. But the next thing I want to talk to you about real quick is other alternatives to regular coils. There is my Aspire Nautilus tank, and I used regular Aspire coils for a long time. And the thing that I found was an Aspire coil lasted me 1 week. And this was before I had to change it and start cleaning it. It would just be on the edge where it was starting to get a little funky off flavor. And so I found that. Well, I was looking one day for a cheaper version. And everybody says knockoffs are not good. Are they a real coil, or is it a clone? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to share with you right now a company called VaporWorks USA. And this is actually an entire box of the coils for the Nautilus Aspire tank. Now, these guys don't make coils for every tank out there, but they make a large enough variety of coils that it is worth looking at. You pay $20 for a regular box of Aspire coils at a local shop. These coils ran me, I got them on sale at the holidays. I paid $5 per 5 coils, or $6. I don't remember which, but they were on sale. Their actual normal price was $11 for a box of 5. So when I grabbed them, I grabbed a whole box just so I would have them. Now, I have not checked their website lately. When I called them, they were going through some changes. So they may not necessarily carry all the coils that they used to. I think what they're doing is going to some more newer popular coils of devices that come out. I'm actually hoping that they come out with some for like the Baby Beast and the, you know, the TVF8, the TVF12. I'm hoping they're going to come out with some coils for those. I know at the time I looked, I believe they carried about, I think it was 12 or 15 different popular tanks. They carried the coils for them. And it's VaporWorksUSA.com is where you go for that. But yeah, I have found that these coils actually last a minimum of twice as long as the original Aspire coils. And the only reason I say a minimum is because when I was vaping with them, I actually totally forgot it was Sunday one week, and I kept right on vaping with it, and then I forgot, oh, did you change them this last Sunday? And then all of a sudden I realized, wait, I've used this same coil for over 2 weeks. And I took it out, and it wasn't anywhere near burnt. It was that high quality of a coil. So the VaporWorks coils are the way to go if they make it in your tank. And they have names like Big Foggin and different things. These were actually called Big Vapor coils. But yeah, go to vaporworksusa.com and you can find their coils there. And I believe they carry a few different tanks. I'm not sure if they're tanks that they make or if they're clones, but I know the tanks that they have are either brand name or they're their own line, and they do carry the coils for the tanks that they carry. So those are two of the tips that I wanted to give you. You know, when you're doing your maintenance on your equipment, as long as you keep up and keep your equipment clean, you're going to get a long life out of your equipment. I know when I clean my different equipment, I have another one here. You know, the inside of this mouthpiece, that will also get black. By cleaning them in this way, it'll actually take most of that black out. And actually, if I re-soak this one and used a toothpick, I can actually get the rest of that black out of there. So this is going to extend the life of your tank. It's actually going to extend your enjoyment of vaping with this tank, because if you don't keep them clean, they're actually going to start getting that funny burnt flavor that your coil gets, and it's going to make your juice taste kind of off. So this is a good cleaning tip, you know, just to keep yourself satisfied and happy. You know, the different type coils we all use, I always try cleaning them. You know, you may not always get them as clean as you want to. I know with some of the coils, they're a little more, closed off, that you can't actually get to the inner workings of the coil. I do have another one here, but I don't know where I put it, that goes to another system. It's a CLOCC coil, and actually it doesn't look like you've cleaned it because you can't see in it, but actually it has. And I don't know if you can see this right now, but in just the few minutes that we've been talking, you can already see the color of this liquid has changed. And that is where it is actually drawing all of that old juice, and it's actually drawing that burnt flavor out of this coil. But you can just see it has already started changing so much. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to show you the coil cleaned, but the coil is starting to get whiter. And I'm real worried about the end of it because I did burn this one too long. But yeah, those are my tips for the day. Hey, share this with all your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and you can follow me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram, DaddyVapor. Everybody have a great evening and vape on.